Welcome to your mogul operating system. Let me give you the quick tour. First, how you actually work with your advisors, then a walkthrough of your dashboard so you know exactly where everything lives. So, where we are now is the chat. This is where the work happens. This is the heart of MOS. This is your private advisory room. You don't fill out forms or hunt through menus, you just talk. So, what I need you to do is start by telling Layla, your concierge, what's on your plate. Just tell it to her in plain English, what exactly you want to work on. So, maybe it's something like, I need to sharpen how I describe what I do, or help me price my new offer, or I need to work on pricing. Whatever it is, you want to talk to Layla. And what Layla will do, based on what you say, is that she'll bring in the right specialist. So she'll either bring in Paisley for positioning, Aaliyah for pricing, Octavia for your offers, Renee for revenue, Maya for marketing, Sonia for sales, and Chloe and Remixie if you want to work on content. So you'll always see who you're talking to right above their message. So when you tell her what you want to do, Layla will tell you who she's bringing in, and then she'll talk to you if there's multiple people. So, for example, you don't just have to work on pricing, you can work on your positioning and pricing, you can work on offers and content, whatever combination you want to work on, and she will bring in the particular advisors, and she may ask you or suggest to you what order you want to work on with the advisors, but you can decide which order you want to go first. So you still have control over that. Now, what's going to happen is that your advisors are going to ask you some focused questions, and then they'll produce outcomes based on your responses. And at the end, they're going to give you a branded report that you can download. I'm going to show you your dashboard in just a second. So if you don't want to download your report right then, you still have access to it. But just in case you wanted to use it right away, you would have access to your report. And then this system, this chat system that you have, it remembers everything. So your advisors will hand off to each other. So you don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to, remember anything. They remember it. So if you come back next week, if you close this out, you're working on something else. Say, for instance, you're working with Chloe and Paisley, and then next time you want to work with Octavia, and Octavia needs the information from Chloe and Paisley, she will have that information. So you don't have to worry about it. You can come back and pick up where you left off. And so everything that you build in this chat then flows into your dashboard. So let's head over to the dashboard right now. So this dashboard is your home base, and it's a snapshot of your business at a glance from working inside of MOS. Your positioning, what's been built, what needs your attention, and what to do next. So I want you to think of it as mission control. So down the left is your navigation. So let's go through each section from the top to the bottom. So we're at the Your Business OS section, and so that's here. And this first group is the foundation of your business. The strategy your advisors build with you. It is each section has its own living page that will fill in as you do work in the chat. So let's look at that. So here on let me just go over this for a quick second. So here you see this is just an overview of the things so that you can, once you come onto the page, you just have a sense of where you are, what you've been working on, and what you need to be working on. So let's go into positioning. So in this positioning is the foundation that everything else stands on. So this is your one-liner, who you serve, and the platform that makes you the clear voice. So this is the type of work that Paisley does. So once you do your positioning report, which I would encourage you that's the first thing that you should do. Positioning dictates everything. So once you come in here, you'll be able to see your latest positioning report. So if you update it, do multiple ones, it'll update. So you'll see here with all the work that you did. It'll give you all of your information, all of your positioning plan, everything. So that's always there for you to be able to see. And then if you go to offers and pricing, this is about what you sell and what you charge. So your offer suite would be in here. So when you do your work with Aaliyah and Octavia, there it's going to show up here. So your offer suite from Octavia will be here. Your authority-based pricing from Aaliyah, that will also go in this section. In your content and marketing section, this is where your content architecture from Chloe and your marketing playbook from Maya will live. So you'll have all of your pillars, your themes, your calendar campaigns, all of that will be in here. And also information from Remixy. So if you do one-off content with Remixy, repurposed content, you will see that in here. In your revenue section, this is your 90-day revenue roadmap from Renee. And this turns your goal into exactly what you need to sell, at what price, what you need to do each week. So it gives you the roadmap to the revenue that is required to get to your profit-centered goals. So that's what Renee will help you to do. And that information will be in here. And then in your sales, this is your playbook from Sonia. So this will have the language and scripts to move you from explaining what you do to closing real conversations. So if you've had any or done any sessions with Sonia, they will show up in here. And then if you ever want a human to step in, me, if you want a human or one of our team to step in, then you can book a 30-minute strategic advisory session. So you just need to click this button and then book your session and you'll be all set. All right. Now, the next group is where you'll do your day-to-day work. So we did the chat, right? So you can go back to the chat and work with any of the advisors that you want to. But then the next part is the content engine. And this content engine is where your content lives and it's doing a lot of work for you. So you have these 3 areas this week from your chats and content locker. So I'm going to talk to you about each one. So under this week, MOS drafts a full week of posts in your voice. And then what you're going to do is you're going to review it, you're going to tweak it, or maybe you'll copy and paste it and ask Remixy to rewrite it for you. Then what you're going to do is approve it. And from your chats, and then you're going to approve it. Then we'll talk about from your chats. But what I want you to know, see, mine are all, I'm showing you my account. So here, if you have a post, right? And say you're reading it and you're like, don't really like that, or I really want you to change something about it, you can always ask Remixy to rewrite it and she can rewrite it, right? So whether you want her to rewrite the whole thing or you just want, something in particular changed, you can just ask her to rewrite it. And when you are satisfied with everything, then you would approve your post. And then you'll see here that you can also generate graphics and you can regenerate the graphic if you don't like it. We'll get to that. All right. So also inside of here, we have from your chats. Now, this section on from your chats, this is any type of one-off piece of content that you ask Remixy for. This week comes from your work that you do with Chloe around setting up your content calendar. Once you do a content calendar, so you see here it had the week of June 15th to the 21st, and then it says you have 7 posts ready to review. That's all based on the work that I did with Chloe and also around the cadence and where I want to post and what I want to post. And then it develops the content for you. And once it develops the content for you, it puts it into this week and you get a notification that you have that content to review. But say, for instance, I was just thinking about something and there's something that I just want to talk about, right? And I just want her to do, I want to do like one piece of content. I want to do a series, but it's nothing that has to do with the content calendar that I created with Chloe. You would come into from your chat and that's how you would create those particular pieces of content in here. So you would do that with Remixy in the chat. And then you have Content Locker, and the Content Locker is your approved library. So you would copy, download, or schedule any of it. All of that is in here. So you can edit, you can still edit in here, you can copy it, you can download the text, you can download the image, you can regenerate the graphic, and then also come back in here and just talk about if you marking it as posted. If, for example, you were doing it on your own, you would do that there. So this is your content engine, and this part where it says this week, this is automated for you. Then we have episodes. If you're like me, I like to do YouTube videos, and I use those and I repurpose those for lots of other content. So if you wanted to do a video, you wanted to do maybe a series, then you could go and come in here and you could plan episodes. So you'll see here, like I have a bunch of episodes that are planned out that I'm supposed to record. And I would go in there, it gives you the scripts, it does everything for you. You can download it, you can edit it, do what you need to do, but it just maps that out for you so that you can generate fresh sets on demand, so you can plan more episodes whenever you want. You could paste a transcript to turn one live stream into a whole week. Episodes plans your live stream. So you want to click to map each one into a record ready brief, and it'll give you the hook, segments, talking points, call to action. And then you can record directly from it. You can paste a transcript back into the content engine to repurpose it once you've recorded. So you can take all of this and do a whole bunch with it. So the content engine really is an engine. All right, so let's look at the history. So the history is your record of everything. So your reports tab will hold the reports. So any reports that are generated from your sessions with the advisors will show up here. You can delete them if you don't want them anymore. You can read them if you just wanted to read a particular report. Here you can download it. If you needed to search, say for example, you had a bunch of reports or you've done a lot of things and you knew that there was something in particular you were looking for, you can always go search in your report. So if I wanted to search for positioning or search for, let's see, pricing, right? You'll see and you'll be able to go into those documents and see where they are. So this is really important because this is the memory. And then you have your sessions, and this sessions tab is every conversation that you've had. If there's one that's open, then that's something that you can resume right where you left off. And then if it's a past one, then it's something that you can just view. You'll be able to view the conversation. So you'll be able to view everything that was there, and I'll be back in show you in the chat. You won't be able to restart those, but you'll have all of the content and context. So if you wanted to copy and paste and start somewhere else, you could do that. And then if you wanted to resume something that's already started and that has not been closed out with the new session, then you can resume that there. All right, so let's go back. And then I will take you back into your chat, but then we want to go back into our dashboard. All right, now let's go into our account section, and you'll see under account that you have your brand kits. So your brand kits is your logo, your colors, fonts, and your card style. The card style has to do with the content engine. So if you saw in the content engine, you saw those little quote cards. Right now, the system, that's all it can develop is those quote cards. Or if you want to use other visuals for your content, you can upload your own visuals into that system also. So you don't have to use those. But for now, that's where we are. But you can brand them. You can brand those cards with your logo, your colors, your fonts, and the card style. So if you look in here, if you want to have your brand kit, what is the brand name? And you can have multiple brand kits, right? If you wanted to have your logo, if you had a particular signature that you wanted on your graphics, you can do that. If you had a background image, say for instance, that you wanted instead of gradient, you can use that. Say you wanted it to be a branded, that all of your graphics always have this brand, this background graphic, you can upload that there. You can choose your colors, choose your fonts, and then these give you different types of graphic styles. So I'll go back in the content engine in a second because I think I have some separate ones in there, different ones in there so that you can see them. But right now we have 4 different styles that you can use. You can show your accent colors, if you want to put a particular handle, your website, and then talk about what is your voice for this brand and any type of word rules. Never use this, always use that. Use this as your default brand. But again, you can also add in a different brand kit. Connections, this is important. Connections is where you link your Go High Level. So, for right now, we have the ability to automatically schedule those posts that you approve if you have a Go High Level account. So, if you have a Go High Level account, then you would come in here and connect whatever channels you want your stuff to post to and tell it what times. So if you had specific times that you wanted things to post, this is so that the system, once you approve your content, then it will schedule it on your Go High Level. If you don't have Go High Level right now, one, you should get it, and I can give you my affiliate code. But two, if you don't have Go High Level, you can always download your content, copy and paste it, and then go paste it manually for yourself. So either way, you can do it manually or you can do it automatically if you have Go High Level. At this point, that's what the system allows you to do. So it'll send it directly to your Go High Level account. You can go into your Go High Level account. You can see everything that has been scheduled, and then Go High Level system will push that content out for you. And there's instructions and everything for the training on how to do all of this. All right. The next section is your profile. And your profile is what the mobile operating system knows about your business, and you can review or correct anything that you want on here, and every advisor uses this. So remember we talked about them having memory. So all of this stuff comes from the conversations that you're having with the advisors, and so it pulls in a profile of you so that it can always be using that information over and over again. Here's the training session. So it talks to you about, some of the things I'm talking about now, how to get started, tells you your team so you know exactly what the team members do, your content engine, where the content lives, how to use the content engine, how to connect your Go High Level for auto scheduling, tells you about memory, just how to make sure that you have a great session and finding your way around. And if anything, and you're like, I don't know, you can open a help request, send us a help request, and we will reach out to you and answer your questions. All right. And then billing, this is where you find out about and manage your account. You can sign out here, and obviously mine says admin. Yours will not say admin. But I wanted to go back right before I end. I wanted to go back to the content engine just to show you some of the things that I was talking about. So remember I was talking about the different types of graphics that could be generated by our system. So here's one of them where it has quotes on top and bottom, and then it'll pull in a quote from the actual piece of content that's related to the piece of content, and it will have that graphic for you. If you don't like it, you can have it regenerate the graphic, or here, especially if you're doing Go High Level and we're going to be scheduling automatically for you, you can upload your own graphic here. All right, so pull up to your computer and you can upload your own graphic there. Here's another version of the graphics. Again, this has a quote, but it has kind of a gradient. See, this one's full, just full color. This one has kind of a gradient background. Ignore that one. That one's not in there anymore. It does do some of these things, but I don't know if I've pulled those because I don't like them. Let me see if in my content locker I can show you some other ones. So again, here's the gradient. This one has lines. There's one that has a line above and below. So this one had the quotes up above and below. This one just has, like a small line here. Has can put your signature. This one has some swirls in the back. It also does carousels for you. So like here you see this one for this piece of content for me, it did a carousel. So there's also, it can do carousel graphics. So it can do single graphics and it can do the carousel graphics. Can't do videos yet, but it does give you these options. But if it was going to be a video, it'll tell you like, record this as a video. And you can see, there's different types of carousels here. There's another type of branded graphic there, and they would be in your colors. So it'd be in your brand colors. But that's I just wanted to show you that. And again, you do not have to use these graphics. You can, when you're in this week or you're in from your chats and you're looking at it, you can upload your own particular graphic. And if you're doing it manually, then you don't even need to upload the graphic in here. You just need to be able to copy and paste the text and then add your graphic. But if you are using the Go High Level scheduling, then you want to use, you would want to upload your graphic here. All right. So that's it. That's a whole system, one place that holds your positioning, your offers, your revenue plan, your marketing, your sales, your content. And this is a team of advisors who remembers everything and they keep the work moving. So they will also, Renee, Chloe, and Octavia, I think, will also send you emails. So to let you know, and Paisley, to let you know, hey, you need to go work on you need to come back and work on your positioning. You need to work on your offers. Or Renee will check in on you because you're doing your 90-day revenue roadmap. She's going to check on you to see how it's going every 30 days. I think Octavia checks on you quarterly to see how your offers are going. When your content engine is ready, it will send you to let you know that you have posts that are ready to review. Oh, here's something I want to show you real quick. If you want to regenerate, if you don't like what it did and you want to do the entire week over, then just regenerate this week. If you want to do one over, just go into, each one and change it. If you wanted to generate a set of content, you could do that here. If you want to approve the whole week so that it goes into your content locker and gets ready to be scheduled, then you click there, approve the week, but you can also approve them one at a time if you just want to do that. And then once they're approved, they will go into your content locker. All right, so that's it. Make sure that you dive in, make sure that you come back often. This is an operating system. It's not something that's one and done. Your positioning is not one and done. Your content is something that you need to be doing all the time. Your revenue is something that you always need to be looking at. So this is a system that you need to incorporate into your business. So just go into the chat, start there, tell Layla what you're working on, and let the advisors help you build it. All right, y'all. Let's get to work. Let's go get our money.